During your career, what do you think was the most difficult moment, and how'd you get through it?
Oh, for sure. So it was a continuation of two moments. So I tore my ACL in the bowl game. I rehabbed, missed my whole rookie year. I had never been injured. Like my first ACL, I played 6 months and 5 days post surgery, and I was like, man, I never even iced my knee after 2 months. Everything was easy. And I was like, I'm invincible, you know. So I tear it in the bowl game. I missed my whole rookie year. I come back my second year, and I'm like playing the best football of my life, dude, in the NFL. Like, you know, I'm beating Chris Harris in routes. Like I'm like winning against the Denver defense. I'm thinking to myself, like, hell yeah, dude, I'm in this. We're playing Kansas City on Monday night, and they had me schemed up running like a sluggo and like a fade in the end. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, finally I'm going to put all these injuries behind me. And I'm about to put myself on the map. You know, I'm going to outplay Travis Kelce on Monday night. Young and dumb, right? You know, and it's funny because as soon as you have that thought, life will humble you. I'm running down on scout team kickoff, and bang, I tore my ACL again, dude. I just rehabbed 18 months, and I tore it again. So that was like the lowest point. Normally, my previous two ACLs, I was like upset and like cried for like probably 10 minutes. And then I immediately just shifted my mindset to like, okay, it is what it is. What's the next part? So this one was like, wow, you know, because third ACL, I had the questions. I asked Doc, I was like, Doc, am I finished? Like, can I play again? He didn't even answer. So I rehabbed that. I got cleared 9 months later, and 9 months and 1 day was report date to camp. 9 months and 2 days was our conditioning test. 9 months and 3 days, I retore both my meniscus, and I was just like barely able to play, like towing the line of healthy enough to play and then not. And I like ended up on a 6-week camp because we had the Hall of Fame game. I like couldn't walk for like 3 weeks because it was so severe. You know, I finally stretched together a week of health before we played the Rams in our last preseason game. I get out there and I'm like, very first play, I'm running routes. I don't even know what happened. I literally just took a routine step and my leg locks up and I'm like, no way, dude. Like, no way is this happening. I went over to the sideline. I told the trainer, I was like, I can't move it. I can't move it. And then something happened where it just like magically started working again. So I finished the whole game, graded out literally like 100%. Like I had the best preseason game. I'm like, thank God I have preseason tape. I just saved my career. We're on the plane going back from LA, land in Denver. And when we landed, I get up to stand up out of my seat, and I couldn't walk. Like my knee was as bad as it had possibly been. Got an MRI, and it was like, listen, like you need to have meniscus surgery. Like this is bad. So that place took me to like the lowest point because I was like, man, I'm doing everything right. I thought the deal with life was if I do everything right, like everything's going to work out. I thought, hey, as long as I do my part, it's all going to go according to my plan. This is BS. Like that, I'm holding up my end. And that took me to this low place where it was like, well, why am I doing any of this? Like that's BS. Like I got into this victim mindset, and it took me like 2 or 3 months of internally wrestling with that to have to finally say like, wow, listen to how I'm talking to myself. Like listen to the relationship I'm having with myself. And like the journey to pull myself back up of that was like, I don't know. I grew out like a long beard. I like didn't cut my hair for like 6 months. I was on like a spiritual journey from that. But again, man, it just hits on these themes of like, gosh, like, you know, sports are such a beautiful teacher of life too. It was, man, I'm sure you had some times like that. It was like a really strange, like psychedelic. I was having like out of body experiences with all the injuries I kept dealing with. I just could not possibly understand like why this stuff was happening. That wasn't the question to answer. Like, why is this happening? It was, well, what am I going to do about it? You know? So, thankfully we're good now and healthy, and I'm hanging out with you, having a good time in life.